What's going on, everybody? I hope that you have had a great day today. Welcome to another Righteous Connections Live. I'm so honored. I'm so thankful that you decided to join us. So we're live here right now. As you're coming in, you know how I do this every single week. I need you to comment, tell me where you're watching from, tell me your name, tell me all that good stuff because we got to represent where we're from. You know, I'm from the great state of Louisiana, and specifically, I'm from New Orleans. So we're so glad to be able to come and connect with you. And of course, all my Righteous Nation family. I'm so excited to connect with you yet again. Man, I've been enjoying connecting with so many of you, especially over these last few weeks, man. We've been talking about, man, the power of lust. And man, it's been so many people sending me messages, comments, saying, man, I'm so thankful for you ministering on this and you just, man, talking about everything that's going on in your life. I'm so honored that you would just feel, man, the liberty, the freedom to share those things with me. So let's connect. Let's get this going. I want to see you comment. I need you to say where you're watching from because tonight we're switching our subject up a little bit, but it's going to be really good. It's going to be real strong, man. I'm excited about this. It's going to be a great time. I need you to comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Say your name, what city and state you are watching from. Okay, I see my brother Pierre is in the house. This brother here, that's a good man. That's a good man. I appreciate you, man, your support. I appreciate it. My brother Dominic, he's in the building. I appreciate you, man. Come on, I need you to comment. Let us know. Come on, I see 146 is already, 146 of you are already in the building. I need you to comment. I need you to let me know. Say where you watching from. Say all that good stuff and let everybody know where you are watching from. All right, let us know. Let us know because let's see here. Let's see if I can scroll down because some of these uh, are a little delayed here. Thank you so much for joining us. Come on, as you're coming in, I want to set the stage up. I got a very special guest here that's joining us tonight. My brother Rob Dawson. He's going to be we're talking about righteous entrepreneurship tonight. That's right. That's what we're talking about tonight. Here we go. I see some names coming. Janny from Houston, Texas, the great state of Texas, is in the house. I hear y'all do everything big in Texas. All right, here we go. We got NC, North Carolina, is in the house. We got Arizona. Boy, you know it's hot out there in Arizona, man. It's crazy hot out there. I've been out there a few times. Alicia Waith, I like that. She's watching from ATL. Been to ATL a few times. ATL, what's up? ATL is in the building. Come on, keep sharing this. Keep sharing this. I need you to put this on your timeline. Let somebody know. You know somebody in business. You know somebody who's thinking about starting a business. You know, during this quarantine time, man, I've had a lot of time to think. I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of time to think and meditate on what can I do to generate more income? What can I do to, man, be a better steward over the funds God has given me? And tonight, I believe we're going to get some great answers, man. This brother here has got a tremendous testimony, and I don't want to get into it too much, but, man, this brother left a lot of money on the table to go and start his own business. That's wild. When you hear the kind of money he left on the table, you're going to be like, man, this dude was tripping. This dude should stay right where he was at. But, man, you know, when you following the voice of God, God will take you places that you would never dream of, that you never thought of. And so here we go. South Carolina in the house. Ashley Brown, thank you so much for joining us. Miss Ashley Brown, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm gonna wait a few more minutes. I've been on about 4 minutes. I'm gonna wait till we get to about 5 minutes and 10 seconds, and then we'll bring on our special guest. She said, "Thank you for saying my name correctly." Yes, welcome, welcome. Come on in, Jeremy Robinson. Yes, sir. We need this, especially for black men. Absolutely, we need more brothers, men of God, black men of God. We need them owning something, man. Owning something. Richard Hempfield. I hope I said that right, Junior. He's watching from the great city of Miami. I love Miami, man. Miami is one of my favorite places to go. I can't wait till this virus is over and I'm getting down there as soon as I can. It's one of my favorite places to go. So I got about 3 more seconds. 3 more seconds. Come on. Put in the comments where you're watching from. We got over 320 watching right now. So look, I need you to join in and tell somebody it's about to go down. We're talking about righteous entrepreneurship. This is about to be really, really good. So I'm ready to get right into this. Let's bring on our guest, my brother, Rob Dawson. He's in the building. Let's bring him on. My brother, what's going on, man? Hey, man, I think you got that mute button on. Take yourself off that mute, man.
Look, man, I'm so excited. Sometimes when you're real excited, you hit mute buttons, and it's good to be here, man. I want to say what's up to everybody tuning in, man. Thank you guys for taking time. It's a true indication of where you guys are going. The fact that you're taking time out of your evening to lean into what this young man is saying and jumping on the Righteous Connection. So I'm excited to be here, Caleb.
Yes, sir, man. Look. And this brother, we just did something on his podcast, man. He's got a podcast. I love the title of his podcast, Faith on Fire. I mean, that's it right there, Faith on Fire. So I was just on his podcast, and I'm sure it'll be released soon, and we'll let you all know when the podcast will be released. But tonight, man, I want to get into something, and I want to get into this quickly. And right before we get into this, I need all of you, remember, you just coming on, man. Welcome to Righteous Connections. I need you to share this broadcast, start a watch party. Look, tag somebody in the comments. Say, hey, you need to be in on this. You need to join this because this is going to be really good. And I want to welcome all of my Righteous Nation family. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. So, man, tonight I want to pick your brain because, man, hearing your testimony, it kind of tripped me out because it's like, okay, this brother, man, he's got a solid job. He's got a, great, beautiful family, got responsibilities. And in the midst of all of that, you were able to hear the voice of God about the next move you needed to make with your career. Right. So give everybody that's watching, man, give them a little backdrop, how you started your business and how you got to where you are right now.
Yeah, man. So my business started, Caleb, with a vision in my head, man.
Wow. Vision
is so vital. It's oftentimes, I heard Miles Monroe say this recently. He said, vision is more important than leadership because without vision, without a picture where we're going or where you're going, it's impossible to get there. Absolutely. And as you kind of alluded to a little bit, man, I left a 6-figure salary job in corporate America that I was just promoted on the year prior to start my own business.
Wow.
So there was a lot on the line. I was risking a lot because let's be real, man, 6-figure salary job and you just got promoted and you're doing well. A lot of people would be comfortable. Absolutely. Quite frankly.
Absolutely.
In that position, and I was just tired of being comfortable, man. So the dream started with a vision in my head, and like I said, I left a 6-figure salary job in corporate America to start my own business, and it started on paper. It started with my side hustle, really. So it started as a side hustle. I was on my corporate job making 6 figures, and I knew they weren't paying me enough. Wow. Hey, Caleb, you ever feel like you're on a job, you know your worth, man? When you know your worth, everybody who's tuning into this, you'll demand your worth.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I had just been promoted and I was like, dreaming about this thing for many years. And I went to my wife and I went to God.
Yeah.
And it's funny how oftentimes for all my married fellas out there, our wives sound like God. Sound like Holy Spirit. Yeah. So she was like, babe, you've been dreaming about this for years, like no better time than now. And I'm like, okay, but when you go out there, it's like you don't work, you don't eat. It ain't no check coming in every 2 weeks. So I got on my knees. That was the key after that, Caleb. You said it. I sought God concerning the move.
Yeah.
And I never forget it, man. When I got on my knees, I heard God say, he said, stop trying to delay.
Yeah.
The time is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are the exact words that he said to me. And when I heard that in confirmation with what my wife said, I was like, all right, I got to move. Regardless of the fact that I don't have as much money in the bank as I want, regardless of the fact that I'm leaving a 6-figure salary job where I'm doing well, regardless of the fact where I feel like I don't have it all figured out, I had to move on what God said and what my wife was in agreement in. And as a result, man, I can tell you I'm going on 5 years of full-time entrepreneurship in September. Man, I wouldn't have it any other way, bro. No
That's
other way.
incredible. So the key to that, you said something that I want everybody watching and listening to get an understanding about.
Garfield said, "Get to the story, darn."
Yeah,
man, some of your people, man, what's up?
we gotta just keep going because I don't know who that brother is. We love him anyway. But anyway, so you said something that was key. You said that you sought God, and well, really, you say you sought God and then your wife. You know, a lot of people, man, when they make decisions, they'll make a move and get high off a moment, and they don't seek God, and then they start making moves and not consulting God, not seeing, what is God's view on these things. And so, would you say the reason why you have experienced the success you have so far is because you have made the decision to continually seek God before you make any move?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
That's the truth, man. As I was preparing for this interview and thinking about what we were going to discuss, it comes a point where in your life you have to relinquish control.
Yeah.
See, oftentimes we want to try to figure out things in our own intellect. We want to do what we want to do, but the Bible is clear. It says that there's a way that seems right to a man, but the end of those ways are death. And in life and in business, you got to do what my wife told me, man. I was 3 years into my business, 3 months. I'm sorry, 3 months, literally 3 months. The month after I started my business, Caleb, my dad passed away.
Wow.
So I'm on this extreme high, like, yo, I did this thing. And then a month later, I get the call, that my dad wasn't going to make it through the day. And everything in me had to fight. But it was because I had given God control.
Yeah.
And I had relinquished control. And I knew that God was with me in it. And I was trusting him along the way, man. I was able to make it through that season and continue to be successful regardless. So absolutely, man, you got to trust God. You got to place your confidence and assurance in him. And you got to include God in everything that you do, in your business, in your marriage, in your relationships, in everything that we do.
Yeah, that's powerful. Look, I want to welcome everybody who's joining us right now. Tonight, we're talking about righteous entrepreneurship. We're talking about doing things God's way. Of course, that's the theme of Righteous Connections. That's our foundation. But I want to get into, this entrepreneur piece because as many of us, God is calling us to start something, to do something, to build something. And it's going to take faith. It's going to take your absolute belief in God to start and do this thing. And I believe now is the time. We got a lot of time on our hands. This is the time right now to build what God wants us to build. So let me ask you this question, man. When you were making that decision to move from your corporate job and go out and start this thing that God has put in your heart to start, man, how much of a spiritual battle did you go through? Because it can be very comforting. Hey, man, I got a 6-figure job. I can bank on this check coming through every week, every 2 weeks, whenever you're getting paid. I know that direct deposit is going to hit. What was the battle spiritually like when you were making that decision?
Man, a lot of it had to do with this faith and fear battle that was going on.
Yes.
Oftentimes, man, fear will cripple and paralyze us from moving forward in our dreams, our goals, our aspirations, the things that God has placed on our heart. Even right now, there's people that are tuning into this, that God is giving you a desire 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. He's giving you an idea just this week. And you know it's a God idea, But for me, that struggle was, okay, do I trust God or do I trust my own ability?
Yeah.
Do
That's
I
good.
do it the way I've been doing it, and which I
Yeah.
know is already working well, or
Yeah.
do I do what God has called me to do and step out, get out the boat?
Yeah.
Gosh, right? or take the nets and launch them out into the deep, like, or do I stay in the boat,
Yeah.
or do I make excuses like Peter and the boys and say, Jesus, we've been fishing all night, we ain't caught nothing. I've been
Absolutely.
doing this same thing for the last 5-10 years. It's working
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
or do we step out? So that was a lot of the spiritual battle of relinquishing that control, choosing faith over fear, and
Absolutely.
trusting God regardless of what it looked like, to say, I'm going to move forward in this thing
Yeah.
and do what God has said.
Absolutely. That's powerful. I need somebody to declare this in the comments. Do it God's way. Put that in the comments tonight. Do it God's way. And when we do things, here we go, we do things God's way, man. There's always something attached to it that we can bank on. We can bank on goodness, mercy, favor, opportunity, wisdom that
Every
is
time.
attached to us making the decision to obey God. Man, it's a no-brainer. That's how I like to say it. It's just a no-brainer, man. You can go to the bank with it. And so here's the next thing, man. How important is, man, I know it's so important, but there's a lot of people who are in business or who desire to be in business. And maybe I'm speaking to somebody, you thinking about starting a business, you haven't done it yet. And I want you to really hear this tonight. How important is it to maintain and have integrity in business? How important is that?
Man, it's so important. Integrity is key, because without it, you said, how important is it to maintain integrity? If you don't maintain integrity, you won't maintain your business. You won't maintain your
Wow.
life.
Wow.
Like it's life or death stuff, man. What you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 3. If you guys want to take note of that, it says that the integrity of the upright shall guide them.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Yeah.
Man, I've seen people lose $200,000 jobs because of one failed instruction, one lie, I've seen people do time in jail
Jeez.
because they lied on one application. It's like, man, it's so key. It's the thing that guides you. The upright are guided by integrity, man. And it's the thing that also will cause you to stand out. Because the world's way is not to always do things the right way, right? It's to cut corners. It's to,
Absolutely.
Hey, nobody will find out. Nobody will hear about that. But the way of the upright, man, the way of the righteous, right? Because we are the righteousness of God in Christ, man. We operate in integrity in all that we do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And integrity, I know, a lot of people don't realize, man, and you are in ministry as well. You're part of a great ministry, Spirit of Faith Christian Center, with Apostle Mike Freeman.
Shout out.
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that even in ministry has a business side.
Yeah.
That it's very important that even in ministry that we demonstrate integrity, because a good name is better than money. A good name.
Yeah, and integrity is doing the right thing even when nobody's watching.
Oh, that's good. Say that again. Say that again, man. Say that again.
Integrity is doing the right thing even when nobody's watching.
Man.
Like understanding that God is the ultimate authority in your life, and even when nobody else is watching in the physical, God is always watching.
Yeah. That's it.
So I live my life before an audience of one, being him, before I live my life before an audience of thousands.
Wow. That's powerful.
See, and that's why, Caleb, a lot of people, man, you guys don't be moved by everything you see in social media, because there's a lot of these guys out there. It's funny, man. I almost did a video. You probably saw that video I posted at the Audi dealership. One of my clients I was working with, I just posted. You guys should go check that out. I was talking about how relationships matter in business and how you have to put relationships over transactions.
Yeah.
See, people who don't operate in integrity, you're putting the transaction over the relationship. And you
Yeah.
may get the one deal or or get the one signed contract, but you're not going to get the next signed contract because you're putting the transaction and a lack of integrity over the relationship and over you living a life before God and
Absolutely.
operating and walking by integrity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's powerful, man. You giving a lot of free, as they say in my generation, you giving a lot of free jewelry away, man. You
Hey,
dropping.
am I bringing the fire tonight? Faith on fire. What's up?
Look, you bringing it, man. Hey, as we keep going on, I need you all to share this on your timeline. I need you to invite somebody, start that watch party, because somebody needs to see and hear this tonight, because this is going to help somebody in their walk with God and in their walk with starting that business, doing things God's way. And I'm telling you, integrity is the way to build something powerful. Let's get into this. Now, I have noticed, Rob, a lot of people, when they get into business, we have what we call Google. We got Google, we got all these search engines where people can, sit up there and find anything they want and search. And so you get a lot of people, man, they start watching videos, they start reading. And some people think they know everything because they've watched a few videos and I read this book, I read that. And while you need to read, while you need to educate yourself, but can you talk about the power of having a mentor in your life as an entrepreneur?
Man, mentors, I don't wish for a lot of things. I don't feel like you have to wish for things. You can make it happen. But if I was to wish for anything, it would be that I would have learned the lesson and the importance of having great mentors earlier on in my career and in my life. Caleb, I'll tell you, man, you know a lot about my back history. Like, we ain't even got time to get into all that, but having been, homeless and the parents, where I came up and, coming up from the hood, being a high school dropout, all those things.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to fight early on and persevere in life. And what that did was it created a mindset of like running hard, and I became, sometimes I'm like this stallion in the field, like, just leave me alone, let me run,
Right.
and I go hard. But so for a long time, even in my career, in my business, I did it on my own. Like, yo, leave me alone. Like, just give me the lane. I got this,
Yeah.
But having great mentors, man, has been so key and instrumental in my life, and it's so instrumental in the life of other people's life. If you want to go to the next level and you want to get there faster, you're gonna do it having great mentors. And I want to share this, Caleb. Your mentor is not your best friend.
Wow.
Let's correct that right now. A lot of people want their mentor to be that you may not even have your mentor's cell phone number.
Yeah.
You don't have to be close to somebody. Let me help the church for a second. You don't have to hang out with your pastor to glean from him. You don't have to have his cell phone number and hang out with him every week to receive from your mentor's life. Some of my best mentors, Caleb, have been people from afar.
Absolutely. Yes.
The Dave Ramseys of the world. My wife and I read his book in 3.5 days. We had 13 credit cards when we got married. 13 credit cards, a lot of debt. Matter of fact, debt almost broke our marriage early on. But I hooked up with a mentor, somebody who had my answer according to the word. I applied the principles that he taught. We got completely out of debt. I'm talking about cars paid for, all the credit cards paid off, no student loans, just by simply getting a financial mentor. My spiritual mentor, Apostle Michael Freeman. Man, I met my pastor for the first time. I heard him teach on faith in August of 2004. It changed my life. Yeah. Fast forward a year later, my first date with my wife was to Red Lobster and then to go hear Apostle Mike preach. That was our first date. So I connected with my spiritual mentor back in 2005. Are you seeing the trends here? You know what I mean? So it's so important that you guys get connected up with great mentors, and you can have mentors in different areas of your life. Here's 5 areas that I recommend that you have a mentor in. Finances. You should have a money mentor.
Yeah.
Somebody who can teach you about investing, teach you about how to handle your money God's way. You should have a spiritual mentor, prayerfully your pastor. If you don't got a good pastor, you need to connect with one. You know, shout out to the Rowes in Louisiana, the Freemans in Maryland, like hook up with a good spiritual mentor and pastor, right? You need a business mentor. You need somebody that you can glean from and watch and be like, man, I see how successful that guy is in his business. But not only is Rob Dawson successful in his business, he's successful in his family. He's successful in his spiritual life. He's successful in his fitness. Bro, I just lost 20 pounds in the last 3-4 months. Like, talk to me.
Powerful. Wow.
This, what we're talking about tonight, guys, infuses into every area of your life. Righteousness infuses into every area of your life, including your business, including your relationships. Man, talk to me. I can go for days, man. I'm loving this. I'm loving this.
Man, you look, man. Look, when the train is moving, you get out the way, man. You get out the way. But no, this is so good because, man, what you are saying, a lot of people, man, they just, especially people in my generation, everybody thinks they know everything. Everybody, you know, they don't feel the I don't need a mentor. I don't need that. I can figure it out on my own. Man, I just don't understand. Why would you take that path when there are people who have been places that you want to go? There are people who've been places you're trying to get to that can share with you the experiences, how they got there, what to do, what not to do, what to say, and what not to say. Because sometimes my father told me this. He said, when you're in a room with someone of great authority, it's not the time for you to talk. It's time for you to shut up and listen.
Right.
Because some people, man, they get in certain rooms, you know, whatever, you know, maybe, you know, I can say, man, I've been in the room with some pretty well-known people before. You know, okay, it's not the time for me. If I'm in the room with Bishop T.D. Jakes, it ain't the time for me to talk about Righteous Connections and talk about every book I done wrote and talk about my website, talk about how many followers I got on Instagram. No, you need to shut up and hear what a man of God like that has to say.
Hey, one of my mottos for life, I tell my daughter this. I said, if you're talking, you're not listening. And if you're not listening, you're not learning.
Yeah.
That's the issue for a lot of people. They like to hear themselves talk. But if you're talking, you're not listening. If you're not listening, you're not learning. But I want to share this. I want to give a real practical thing, because what you just said, man, was so spot on. And it's so unfortunate. I see it with a lot of young people. Like, if you're on here and you're younger than 21, y'all got to stop with the whole, man, I know it all stuff. And I'm going to figure it out, and I'm going to try it first. Let me experience, right? Let me do my own thing. Caleb, that will slow you down in life. So I want to give you guys a real practical, tactical thing that I've done in my life and my business. So I've been in sales and marketing my entire career. So since 18, 19 years old, I've been a top sales guy, top performer in a lot of industries. I sold insurance. I was in the finance industry. I do marketing and advertising now. And here's the way I've been successful in every industry that I've been in. You guys want a key to success in entrepreneurship? Here's how you become one of the top in your industry, like almost right away. You get into that industry and you find who the top and who the best people are as quickly as possible. If you get into a new company or you get into a new business, find the top 2 or 3 in your industry and you take them out to lunch or coffee, or you schedule a virtual meeting with them and you sit down with them and you find out what are the things that they're doing to be successful. Like, don't try to figure it out on your own. Get with the best, learn from them, add your personality and your style to it, and you become one of the best every time. That's a principle that works. Imitate those who faith and patience inherit the promise. You'll inherit the promise too.
That's it, man. And look, the way up is down. Serve. Humble yourself. Humble yourself and serve. Look, I need everybody who's watching, before we get to this last piece that we're going to get into, I need you to comment. If you're receiving something tonight, if you are enjoying what my brother here, Rob, is talking about, I need you to type in the comments, I'm receiving. Because I believe it's a difference. You know, although we need to listen, you got to receive this thing. You got to let this thing get in your heart and get in your mind, saturate your mind. Some of you need to go back and listen to this broadcast again, because this kind of stuff is what we need to be hearing in order to experience the success we desire. Because when a lot of people see success, they see it, they think it's, oh man, I can do that. Oh, I can say this, I can say it better than this one. But man, there's a lane. Everybody has a lane. There's a space and time where God wants us to be. So it's very important that you understand it. And so I need you to put in the comments, I'm receiving this. I'm receiving. So let me ask you this. I know we've been talking about integrity, but I just believe integrity is so important. And it's hard, man, for me to get away from that. Let me talk about this. How important is it for a business owner to demonstrate financial integrity? How important is that?
Man, that's one of the top of the list for me. Matter of fact, early on in my business, one of the things that almost destroyed the business was I had a let me not say bad. She wasn't the best CPA. Okay.
Yeah.
All my business owners listening to this, separate your business money from your personal money. That's one of the top financial business tips I want to give you. Set up a business bank account separate from your personal bank account, and you don't mix the two. The only way you mix the two is if you cut in a check or you're making a deposit from your business account. All your business money that you make goes into the business account, and then it goes to your personal. Okay. Now, financial integrity is so key because without that, it can literally destroy and break your business down. If you're not paying your vendors, if you're not paying your employees, if you're not managing your money right, if your profit margins aren't good, then literally you could fail in business. You could have the greatest product in the world, Caleb. You could have the best service in the world, man. But if you don't have financial integrity and financial literacy,
absolutely,
it literally will destroy your business, man. So the first 2 years, we didn't have the best CPA. And as a result, man, it literally created all these tax issues where we were certain taxes weren't paid on time and these different things. So I had to find an awesome bookkeeper. So I got a bookkeeper and a financial CPA. Mm-hmm. And literally month over month, they have admin rights to our accounts where they can just see everything. They're literally doing our profit and loss statements. They're looking at our expenses. They're making sure our taxes are paid on time. I pay taxes on a monthly basis. I don't even wait quarterly. You hear what I'm saying?
Wow.
I don't even wait annually. I don't want to get a $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 tax bill at the end of the year. You hear what I'm saying? Pay your taxes. But financial integrity is so key, man. And without it, your business will fail. So it's got to be top of the list for you. You got to make sure you do things right financially.
Now I want to get into this. Is a bonus. Something I just got this thought just now, and I want to put you on the spot and pick your brain about this. We just had, I think, what was it, the other day, where we had this big thing. Everybody was encouraging each other to buy black. Here's the problem that some people, I'm hearing this, even blacks even say this. Okay, I want to support black business. But the problem when I support black business, I got bad customer service. I got, people that are, not so kind when I first walk into the business, or when I call that so-and-so or this person that answered the phone had a nasty attitude. Can you talk about that for a second? Talk about the power of good customer service, because I believe that's an area we are struggling in desperately. We need help.
Yeah, I'll say this, that buying black should actually be preceded by black excellence. Mm-hmm. So what I mean by that is, if you want people to buy your products and service, you need to provide excellent products and services.
Yeah.
Excellence is what wins in business. It's really the thing that makes you stand out nowadays. For example, if I was to say fast food, mm-hmm. Guys, put it in the comments where you typically would go to get fast food. And
I like Raising Cane's, man. I'm a Cane's guy. I don't know if y'all got Cane's in DC.
We don't. But put me on. Why do you go there?
They have really great customer service, and the food is good, and it's always hot and fresh. Always.
Food is good. So if the food wasn't good, would you go there?
Absolutely not.
Now, if the service was poor, you might go once, but would you go back?
I would probably, if the food is good but the service sucks, I go. There's some places right now. See, it's like, all right, bro, I already got it in my mindset. The service about to be bad. They're gonna have an attitude, but the food is worth it.
So Chelsea, she said, "Oh, and Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is my spot."
Uh-huh.
And if you notice, the reason why a lot of people go to Chick-fil-A is the food and the service. Customer service is so key in business. I'll give you an example, right? I just had a client who, all right, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm gonna throw some numbers out to you. So in June, I don't like to brag about numbers, but I'm gonna give you guys an example. I had a client, I had roughly, it was a $10,000 deal, okay, in June.
Wow.
These are real numbers, okay? $10,000 deal in June that came from a repeat client, but listen to how the client became a repeat. 3 or 4 years ago, I did business with the person who's now the marketing manager at this dealership group. She used to be at another dealership group, and I had provided such great excellence and service, customer service to her then, and our product and our service from a marketing standpoint, did what it was supposed to do. Then literally when she went to this other company, she reached back out to me to say, "Hey, we need photography and video. And I know you're the guy." And that yielded 10 grand in the month of June as a result of good customer service. So that's the fruit of customer service, that a great product will get the people in the door, but it's the service that's going to keep your customers. It's the service that's going to keep your clients.
The service. Wow, that's powerful. Now, I want to do this, man. Tell everybody right quickly here. Tell them exactly what your business, what do you guys offer? What do you guys do?
Yeah, so I have actually two companies. One is 360 Your Business. So if you just Google 360 Your Business, or you look us up, we're a digital marketing company, Caleb. So we actually work with small businesses, entrepreneurs, personal brands, and we help them to market their business effectively with like really engaging and high quality digital marketing solutions. So we do everything from websites. If you guys need a website, I'm talking about a really good looking website, okay? Not just your typical cookie cutter stuff. We're not talking about Squarespace, GoDaddy websites right now. Like, we do custom sites, man. So for example, if you guys are tuning in, or a business owner who's unhappy with their existing website, we can do that. Video production, man, we do video around the world, man. Literally, I was in Canada last year for the first time doing stuff. We've done work for mom and pop salons to local restaurants. I'm doing a shoot for a Jamaican restaurant in Baltimore called Judy's Island Grill on next Tuesday, man. If y'all never had Judy's Island Grill, like some of the best Jamaican food you'll taste in your life. So just to kind of cut it short, websites, video production, photography, and we do these really cool 360 virtual tours. That's actually how we started our business, doing virtual tours of like hotels, restaurants. So man, anybody who needs our services, like my real heart is to see people be successful in business. Yeah. And Caleb, so whether they use me or somebody else, that doesn't matter. You need a good website. You need a great logo. You need a good video on your website. You need great photography. So whether they use me or not, it doesn't matter. But what I will say is I'm here to be a resource to people, man, because relationship matters so much more to me than transaction. So, man, feel free to connect if you guys got any questions. And my other business is Rob Dawson Enterprises. So I have a podcast that I just launched called Faith on Fire. If y'all didn't know, got the branding going. That's my faith-based podcast. And then in September, I'm launching my business and entrepreneur podcast. So man, make sure you guys subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, the YouTube channel, man. We got some exciting things going on.
Look, I got Miss Christina Brooks. She says, "What's the name of your business again? Tell it one more time."
I'll drop it in the comments for her.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, he'll put it in the comments for you. Yeah,
and man, Caleb, I also have expanded, man. I do business coaching as well. So if anybody needs help with business coaching, one-on-one, and also we're starting a group coaching program. So I just wanted to put that out there, man, because my heart really is for business owners and entrepreneurs. And I want to help you guys. If you're looking to start a business, I'm here to help you. If you have a business and you feel like you're not doing the numbers you could be doing, or you want to take it to the next level, I'm here to coach you, help you market your business, share with you what has worked for me and how I've been successful. Man, almost every year except for one, which was last year, we almost doubled our business year over year. So wow. Like we grew the business 20% the second year, 30% the third year, 40% the fourth year. So I know how to grow a business, and I'm here to help, your audience, man. I love what they're doing. A lot of people are starting side hustles, and I just want to help people to grow and expand what they're doing. So let's make it happen, man.
No, this is awesome. Anybody you thinking about starting a business, you need to connect with Rob. I'm telling you, he will be a great blessing to you. He will help you in your journey and where you are going with this vision that the Lord has given you, or where you desire, and even you may be at a place where I know there's some things the Lord wants me to do or wants me to put together. Um, hey, I don't really know how to put it all together. I believe Rob can help you. He can help you get on the right track. I see Bishop Romy Coles, man. My man,
That's my man.
thank you for joining us. So glad you can. And Annette Clay Perfect, she says, I need help, please. Well, you got to connect with Rob. Make sure you go on his Facebook, send him a message.
Hey, Caleb, do we have 5 minutes for a couple of questions? I don't know. This is your thing, your flow. I can ask questions offline, but I would love if anybody has some quick questions. If it's up
Yeah,
to you, man.
yeah, sure. I'm open to it. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to comment. Now, don't take forever all day waiting to comment. Go ahead and put your questions in the comment if you have anything concerning business that you'd like for Rob to answer while we're together here. And still, hey, it's not too late for you to share this on your timeline or tag someone in the comments that could benefit from this kind of information. And I know, look, I've been blessed by some of the things that's been shared tonight. Especially, man, I was blown away while we waiting to see if you have any questions. How were you all able, man, to kill those 13 credit cards? How did you all do that? Because that's serious.
Yeah, we really did it with the debt snowball. So if you guys Google that, there's a worksheet, a free worksheet that Dave Ramsey provides called the debt snowball, where really, man, first you got to be committed to it. Like, we were just tired of being in debt, man, and paying all those payments,
Yeah.
and that's a lot of hold up to a lot of people's dream, man. You paying everybody but yourself, and so we had to get really what we call gazelle intense, really focused on knocking out the debt. So the debt snowball says you line up all your debt, smallest to largest, okay? Smallest to largest. And literally you take any extra money that you have and you start attacking that smallest debt. And when you knock that out, you take that money and you apply it to the next one. And you knock that out and you take that extra money, and it just creates a snowball effect, man. So we paid off $56,000 in debt in 2.5 years.
Wow.
And man, God is good. And now we've been able to give more, sow more, do more, travel more, all the things that we've desired to do. So I definitely encourage people, man, get out of debt, make it happen, be committed, start your business, start your side hustle, start making more money, man. You can do more when you got more, so
Absolutely.
it's like, stop waiting to start your dream. Stop waiting to do that thing. Like, oh man, let me just say this, Caleb, man, my mom passed away a year ago, transitioned to be with the Lord last June. Man, one of the biggest pieces of advice I can give you guys is you don't have time to waste. Stop waiting. What are you waiting for? There's no better time than now. Had I knew that I didn't have as much time as I thought I did with my mom, Caleb, I would have bought her house sooner. I would have took her on that vacation sooner. I would have spent more time with her on the last day that I saw her. So I say all that to say, not to, like, I'm not wishing that I could do that all over, but what I'm saying is to light a fire, man, in the people that are watching this, to say, do it now. Like, stop waiting, man. Let's make it happen. So we got a couple questions in here, man. You want to fire off a couple?
Yeah, so we got Charles, this my lady here, man. She got a question for you. She asked, let me see, I think I might have lost the question. Oh, here it is. She says, how do you know if your business idea is worth putting your all into?
Great question. So prove the concept by making money. Mm-hmm. Like money, like people buying that thing is the greatest indication, right? So you may not want to go all in yet. Let's say it's your side hustle, real practical stuff. Let's say you're working a 9-to-5 right now that you hate. I know it's a couple people out there, but let's say you're working a 9-to-5 you don't like, but you got this idea over here. Start the thing. In the business world, we call it MVP, minimal viable product. So get the thing made, right? Whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
Go to your network of people, both in the business community and in your personal network, and say, yo, would you buy this? Look, I'm selling this. I'm selling Faith on Fire t-shirts. I'm selling a journal. I'm selling my service. And you pitch the idea and you pitch the service or product to people around you. And if they start buying it, that's a good indication that you can go all in.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good. Okay, let's hit this one. Christina Brooks, she asked, Rob, do you offer mentoring?
I do. Actually, we're developing a program, how to jumpstart your business and how to create your side hustle, are two like intro starter programs that I'm coming out with in the next few months, along with the Business and Entrepreneur podcast. But Christina, if you'd like one-on-one mentoring and coaching right away, you can shoot me a direct message, or you guys can email me. I'll drop my email in the comments as well, and I'd be more than happy to provide some mentoring to you as well.
Yeah, we'll put your email on the screen for sure.
Definitely.
Okay. Then we got Tanya Wilson. She said, can you touch on LLCs, home-based business corporations?
Definitely. So my business started off as an LLC, Caleb or Tanya. So an LLC is great, especially when there's a lot of potential liability in your business. Like, let's say the potential for someone to get injured, or, let's say you're a contractor and you're doing business in homes and there's liability. LLCs are great for that. It protects you. It separates your personal stuff from your business stuff. My company is now a corporation, but you can also, most people don't know this, man. I'm gonna give you guys a tip. You can have your business structure, Caleb. Tell me if you knew this, all right? Your business structure can actually be an LLC, and your tax structure can be a corporation.
I did not know that. Wow.
Yeah. So the business structure would protect you from a liability purpose. And then the corporation, what that does, Caleb, so most people know and understand the difference. When you set up a corporation, it allows you to pay yourself a W-2. You can pay yourself a salary. So my company pays my salary plus bonuses. So throughout the year, one of the big differences, a lot of LLCs are sole proprietors, right?
Right.
So they don't pay their taxes throughout the year, and then they get a 1099 themselves, and they have to pay taxes at the end of the year. I pay my salary and my bonuses. I pay my wife through my corporation. She works in the business with me. And then that way I have a W-2. That helps you to buy a home a lot easier. That helps you to do certain things. So there's a difference between the LLC structure and the corporation. Home-based businesses, my company now operates most of my team is virtual. We operate out of our homes. That doesn't matter as much. There's a lot of benefits to having a home-based business, but you could have an LLC or a corporation as a home-based business.
Gotcha. That's good. That's good info, man. I hope people take some notes on that. Okay, Tawanda Freeman, she says this. She said, I just started my business. What is the best advice that you would give me to remain confident in this first year?
Tawanda, that's a great question. And that's a great last name that you have too. So two things really, Caleb, to that point, to remain confident. One, you have to keep your confidence in him.
Yeah.
So our ultimate confidence, faith, is the assurance. It's the confidence, placing our confidence in God and moving on that confidence that we have in him and his word, right? So faith is like Pastor Dwayne says this, man. I love this. This is one of the best ways to explain faith. He said faith is like a two-sided coin. One side is the believing side. So I believe God at his word, right? And then the other side is the acting. Absolutely. I act on what I believe. So Tawana, one of the ways that you can keep your confidence is, one, is you continue to believe God at his word. If God told you to start your business, if God told you that his favor surrounds you like a shield, if God told you that you're going to be successful in everything that you do, and if you confess like my man of God that everything you touch prospers,
absolutely,
then you place your confidence in that and not in your own ability.
Absolutely.
And then the next thing that you can do to keep the confidence is you got to keep the momentum going. You got to keep the activity level high. You got to keep doing that thing that you love. You got to keep making sales. You got to keep getting clients. You got to keep your confidence is built also through seeing the fruit of your labor. So you got to keep the progress going, and you got to keep your activity level high.
Man, I'm glad you hit on that. Momentum is major. It's like, to me, momentum is like a big wave. Boy, ride that sucker as long as you can ride that
Yes.
wave. And look,
Yes.
keep asking the Lord for witty ideas so that you can create another wave and just ride that one and keep on riding.
Gosh, man, you are preaching good. Hey, let me tell you this, the power of that momentum and the wisdom of God. So check this out. Before COVID hit in February, God told me to start taking my business virtual.
Wow.
I went virtual in like mid-February, started closing deals. Man, if I told these people how many deals I've closed virtual, I closed $1,000 deals, thousands of dollars, virtually like this, me and you talking.
Yeah.
And literally he was positioning me for what was about to happen. And now I just been riding that momentum. So man, when you guys get that momentum, man, you got to keep going with it. But it's the wisdom of God and the power of God that's in you that will allow you to create that momentum. And then when you get it, you got to stay on that wave, like my man Caleb just said.
Yeah, man, you got to ride. And look, I know I had to get that revelation for myself, man, especially starting Righteous Connections. I believe too, man, just, you need wisdom and a strategy, but man, you got to get out there and start it. Just get out there, man. I just started going live. I said, man, let me just start going live and just see who
Start
comes
where you
on there.
are.
And man, look, it's been thousands of people tuning in every single Wednesday, and I'm riding this wave, man, until I can't ride no more. I'm going. So momentum is so necessary. It's so major. Yeah. It's key to man, whatever you believe in God for. So right before we get off, man, Rob, one more time, I want them, if we can put this on the screen. I know you might have put it in the comments, but just tell everybody the name of your business once again, and the multiple businesses you have, and how people can connect.
Yeah, so my two businesses' main focus right now, man, is one, my digital marketing company, 360 Your Business. So all you have to do is Google 360 Your Business or go to Bring Customers in Your Door. Again, like if you own a business or you're looking to start a business, we can help you with everything from your logo and your branding. Like just look at my stuff. Like that's all, they just got to look at our stuff, right? To your website, to video production, photography. And we do it nationwide, worldwide. A lot of stuff we're able to do virtually, some we travel to. So that's my marketing company. And then Rob Dawson Enterprises, which encompasses the coaching, the mentoring. You can go to robdawson.tv or check out my podcast that we just launched, Faith on Fire, on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen. That's really a good way to connect. Robdawson.tv. You can subscribe, to my newsletter. I keep people up to date there, or the podcast. Like the more you stay connected to the people that have your answer, Caleb.
Absolutely.
Man, my pastor, Apostle Mike, says, get away from those that got your problem, hang around those that got your answer. So I want to be a part of that answer like you are, Caleb, for so many, man. I love what you're doing. And we need more millennials and young people like us taking the lead and being an example, man. We're called to be the light and the salt of the earth. So that's how they can connect with me, robdawson.tv. And if you don't mind, throw Faith on Fire on there, Faith on Fire podcast. Want people to definitely subscribe and check out the show. Matter of fact, your episode will be dropping the week after next. So we'll put it up. We can mention on the show, but I'm excited. I'm excited for them to hear that because, dude, I know you agree. That was like that interview, that whole time together was dope, man. It was powerful. So
it was awesome, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Look, Miss Tanya has another question for you, man. She says this: should you get in touch with the PTO before you sell?
So she up top, she says, should you get your idea over to the PTO before you start to sell it? PTO, Tanya, define that. I apologize if
yeah, I wanted you to ask because I know maybe you might know.
Hey, when you don't know the answer to something, man, you just ask. But right. One thing I'll tell you about that integrity, I went to my company and told them I was starting my business.
Wow.
Talking about integrity. I literally said to them, Kayla, you want to know what I said to them, man? I said, listen, y'all don't pay me enough. So I need to do this on the side, but it was not a conflict of interest, though. That's what I want people to know, that your side hustle shouldn't conflict with your main job right now. And if you can find something that doesn't conflict, you can start it on the side, build that side hustle up to the point where your side hustle starts surpassing your main hustle or your corporate or your government job. And then you create a good problem for yourself and you're able to make the move.
Okay, she says patent trade office.
Oh yeah. So the answer to that question is no. Oftentimes the patent trade office, even when you go to trademark a business, Caleb, I don't know if you knew this, before you trademark a business, they want to see that the business or the idea or the thing was in operation. So the answer to that question, Tanya, is no. You can explore to see if an idea is already patented or if there's a trademark that exists. Matter of fact, a trademark is really easy. You just Google search, trademark search, and you can go to the federal government website and you can do a basic search there, but you actually want to consult a patent and a trademark attorney, which I'm not for the real answers to all this. But my initial understanding is no, you want to actually get the thing off the ground, start working it. You can do the research or get a patent and trademark during your process of development or research and development. But oftentimes, man, you want to, like Caleb said, you want to get started. You want to get going. You want to start making money as quickly as possible. Put out that minimal viable product. MVP stands for minimal viable product because what it means is your product or your service doesn't have to be perfect or polished for you to put it out there. You want to get it out there and then you can polish it and fine tune it as you go.
Absolutely, man. This has been awesome, man. Look, I want to do this right before we get on. I want them to put this on the screen. I need everyone watching this. I need you to, I'm sending out daily affirmations, daily inspiring stuff, and I want you to be a part of this Righteous Connections and this Righteous Nation community that we're building. It's right there on the screen. I need you to put that on your phone. I want you to text RNF. That's Righteous Nation Family, because we're a family. That's what that stands for. So text RNF to the number on the screen right there. We'll send a link right back to you. You just, man, fill that information out. We don't ask for a bunch of your personal information, but I want to connect with you in a greater way. And so text RNF to 504-688-4048, and I can't wait to connect with you even more, man. It's been people getting those text messages. And, man, I told many of you in the beginning of this broadcast, you know, we have been talking about the power of lust, man. I've had so many people message me, comment, and say, man, I'm struggling with porn. I need help. I need some direction. Look, I'm telling you right now, you need to connect and be a part of this community. And I know, look, tonight, you know, we kind of switched the subject, but I'm thankful that we were able to do this because there's been some people who have gotten some help tonight.
And make sure you get the book.
Look, man, that's my first book, Embracing the God Life, man. That's my baby, man. Look, when you birth something like that, it took a lot for me to birth that, and it was. I'm still, man, thankful for God.
If you're struggling with lust, pornography, man, or just sexual immorality as a whole, like pick up this book. Hey, I already told you, bro, this book changed my life. I had my 10-year-old read it recently, and it blessed her life. So definitely scoop that up. And I just text to RNF too, man. We gonna stay connected. I love what you're doing, bro, man. Thank you for obeying God. I just want to say that because I believe there's so many people that are being impacted even right now as we're talking, man, and all over the world. And man, much love to you, bro. Like I love what you're doing, man. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Man, you had some people from the Bahamas listening to you tonight, man. You had the Bahamas in the house, man. So we're so thankful, man, for all of you who tuned in, man. I enjoyed my time. I get to spend with you all every single Wednesday. And so remember to connect with Rob on Facebook, Instagram, go to his website, all that good stuff. I'm telling you, you're starting a business, you need mentorship, all that good stuff. Connect with Rob. I believe and I know he'll be a blessing to you. So until next week, y'all, continue to see your life through the lens of righteousness. And I love you all. Thank God for you. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Be blessed.